Notion has been releasing some significant updates, and in this video I wanted to cover everything new since the 3.6 update. Notion has a new iOS app, external agents, new block type, and more. If you find this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. The first update that I wanted to go over is the ability to now use external agents. Currently, it's Claude or Cursor that's available. External agents do use Notion credits just like your custom agents, but the main difference after looking into this would be that for example, Claude agent can write code, analyze data, create presentations and spreadsheets, and the agent is hosted by Notion. So what this means is that, let's say if I were to create a general task board and I just continue, I can move the item from not started to ready for agent, and the agent is going to start working on it. So I can do something like this, and you can see Claude is working. So you might wonder, how is this different from the custom agents themselves? I would say that the main difference is actually the fact that you can have it write code and actually make file changes. So if I go to my settings here, and then if I go to the advanced section, you can see the GitHub connection that appears. So without the GitHub connection, I feel like it's mostly the same as using a custom agent, but the fact that it can actually do tasks and create features and things directly in there make a huge difference. This next update is actually really big because this is something that a lot of people have requested, and that is actually the ability to be able to use Notion Calendar with Outlook. So if you go ahead and go to your Notion calendar settings and go to add calendar account, you'll now see the ability to connect Outlook calendar. This is great for people who use Microsoft. Leads to the other update, which is the fact that your Notion agent can also now interact with your Outlook calendar as well as your emails, which previously it had a lot of limitations with. So definitely be sure to check those out. If you are someone who uses Microsoft, you are in your Notion settings and you go to connections, you will be able to see Outlook over here as an AI connector. In mail and calendar, you can add connected emails. So here you can see continue with Outlook, and you can also add your calendars. The next update that I wanted to go over is with the AI meeting note taker. In the 3.6 update, they've mentioned that there is now much better speaker by speaker recognition. So as you can see here, as I'm recording the AI meeting note, it can say that I'm the one talking, organized notebook. One thing that I have noticed is that when I do have meetings and I turn on the AI meeting note taker, they are not people who are in my workspace or people I interact with in my Notion workspace. Then it does say others. So I'm not 100% sure that it's able to pick up the person's names from, let's say, a Zoom call, but it's doing a really good job now at separating who's talking, which is really nice and something that Notion couldn't do previously. Another thing is that you can now also upload a meeting transcript. So if I were to /AI here and AI meeting notes, I can go ahead and upload audio. So if you do take the audio note from somewhere else and you want to upload it into Notion, then that's a really good solution for keeping everything inside of Notion and still using this AI meeting note block. Next, let's go over the new HTML block type. Here I'm in a new page, and if I type /HTML, I can start embedding an HTML block type. I can generate things like slides, dashboards, reports, even games, and have something interactive that appears in my Notion page. Here are some of the examples that I've created using the HTML block type. Here you can see a report of countries I've visited or a clock widget that I've created. You don't necessarily need the ability to use Notion AI in order to use this. You can generate an HTML file from outside and then embed it. If you're interested in a deeper dive on this, I have a video that I've created all about the HTML block type, so I'll also leave the link to that in the description. Next, Notion has added some additional native connections directly inside of custom agents. So if you go to your custom agent and go to settings, and then if you go over to add a connection, you'll be able to see additional options. Things like Miro weren't available before, or also even Mercury. So I think these are really cool updates that you can definitely check out, and it makes connecting to these tools a lot easier when you use it through this connector here in the custom agents. The next thing is that Notion has added a lot more AI models available for you to choose. If you go to where it says auto in your AI chat, you'll be able to see the different kinds of models you can pick and choose from. And these are updated quite a lot, so I would recommend checking here periodically if you want to try out some of the latest models and see what they're like. The next big update is that Notion Mail is shutting down on September 22nd, 2026. So if you are someone who uses Notion Mail, there are some key things to keep in mind. So starting from June 25th, you can export your Notion Mail only data through the app or on the web. And then September 21st is the last day you can save anything you want to keep. And then September 22nd is when Notion Mail shuts down. So you definitely have some time to figure out alternatives or export your data. And the things that you will need to save include drafts, scheduled emails, snippets, and auto-label instructions. Things like this you can actually accomplish inside of Notion. So things like the Gmail AI connector that was there before drafting replies, things like that, you can still continue using that. Mail blocks that you've already added is still going to be there. And then AI agent mail tools like reading, drafting, and sending emails via Gmail is still available. Notion has also mentioned what things don't carry over. So the way that your custom views and sortings were in Notion Mail is not going to transfer to Gmail. Files attached to snippets, you will need to download that manually. And then also email reminders. So reminders set on emails in Notion Mail are not going to transfer to Gmail. So some of the things that people use Notion Mail most often for was the auto labeling. And so if you do want to keep using auto labeling, then you can definitely set something up with a custom agent in order to apply similar labeling going forward. And I think the other very big feature that everyone might be most sad about with Notion Mail leaving is the synced Notion Mail database view in Notion. Those are going to also stop after September 22nd. I'll be taking a look at if there's any other alternatives to Notion Mail that you could potentially switch to. I might cover those in a future video. The next big update is a brand new iOS app called Notion Agents, and it basically allows you to chat with your Notion AI as well as see all of your custom agents in one place. I think this is nice because it doesn't actually clutter your actual Notion app with the interactions you have with your Notion agents. So if I click my Notion Agent app, and I can also have it take voice notes or just ask in chat, or maybe I want to take quick notes, I can just talk into it and then have it store it into my Notion databases. I think this is quite useful for on the go. And if I click here, you can see all of the agents that I currently have, and I can also change my models here too. It's just a nice way to interact with your Notion AI directly without having to open Notion. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check the description for templates, resources, and Notion consulting services. If you have any questions or comments, let me know below, and I hope to see you all in the next video.